Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm back here with another YouTube video for you today. This is going to be a little different. This is the first Pokemon draft analysis I'm going to do. So, ALPH Season 10 started up due to the current situation in the world, and we decided that we should include everything except Z-moves. Nobody likes Z-moves. So, we have Megas, we have all the Mons, we have the deleted moves, we have no Dynamax, so I guess it's not everything. But yeah, we have what we like best. We tiered it just like we normally do. We have 5 tiers, but tier 1 is split into a tier 1A and 1B, which I always thought was a good idea, just because some tier 1s are not all on the same levels as other tier 1s, and they would never get used, and especially in the format that we chose, because it blends Gen 7 and Gen 8 together, because normally if you were doing a Gen 8 league, you would have like Dynamax or Gigantamax or something like that. And if you were doing Gen 7, you'd have Megas and Z-moves and all that stuff. But, so we decided to mix it. A lot of mines get a lot worse without Z-moves, and you don't realize it until you start team building. But it didn't really make that big a difference in my mind to my draft. I really picked mines that I thought were solid and were my favorites, basically. That's going to be a big theme on this draft, because there's going to be one of my friends that I send this video to, and this video and this entire season is dedicated to you, because I picked the mine that I built this team around because you like it. I'm not going to say his name, but you know who you are. So, anyways, let's get on. So, we don't have G-Maxes. So G-Max Grimmsnarl has been officially retired as a Harrisburg Hitmonlee. I know it's sad. I know everybody loved him. There's a lot of other favorites that have moved on to other teams or have been retired or things of that nature. Okay, thank you. I'll just work offline then. But I think we have a really solid team. A lot of people didn't give it credit in ALF, which is of course where this draft took place, but that's their own opinion, and I don't mind it. It's just an opinion. These are just pixels on a screen, so I'm not going to get too aggravated about it. I'm not going to go in the order that I drafted them either, because like I said, there's one mine that I built around, and I'm going to start there. Get water. So this year's captain, the focal point of the team, is going to be Hoopa Unbound. Okay, so this mine has always really piqued my interest. Okay, I've never had the chance. I'm sorry if that background noise is loud. I think somebody's mowing outside. Oh wow, that's very loud. Come on now, jeez. Anyways, back to Hoopa. Only ability it gets access to is Magician, but it won't be taken advantage of too much, I don't think. But if it does, it does. It has coverage galore on both sides. Obviously, you'd rather have a little more to hit fairies, but it makes up for it with its massive attack stat. Do you see this? 160. Heck, let me check. So let's see. That's like tied for 10th or 15th or something like that of all mines. That's crazy. And even higher than that is its special attack at 170, which is even higher. Yeah, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's not of all Pokemon. There's like 1,000 of them. So this thing is unbelievably strong. Let's go through some of the coverage. Calm Mind will probably not be used as much as Nasty Plot. Dark Pulse will be used a lot. Destiny Bond's cool tech. I dabble in Destiny Bond tactics every once in a while. Fire Punch is cool to hit Steel Types. Steel Types was one thing that I focused on trying to break when I drafted this team. because steel tops to me and fairies always give Hoopa U some trouble. Focus punch and focus blast, probably use the last one I said more. We do have access to frustration. That was one of the removed moves and returned somewhere, but I was just going to point that out when I saw it. Hidden powers, we'll probably use a hidden power every once in a while. Hyperspace Fury is one of the best signature moves in the game. It lowers the user's defense by 1, but like, who cares? It's already low. And then it also goes through protect, so you can't keep yourself from getting hit by this move. I don't think it goes through sub, which is unfortunate. I wish it did. But if it does and I find out in a clutch moment, that'll be cool. Ice Punch, knockoff. I don't want this video super long. Nasty Plot, like I mentioned. A lot of these really cool tech moves that Psychics get probably won't be utilized on Hoopa U just because it's an attacker. It's going for it. It's coming to steal your soul. That's what Magician's really for. I just didn't want to say it that way. Trick Room, if it really wants to be a Trick Room user. Zen Headbutt, good physical option for stab. Charge Beam, if you want to be cheeky. Let's see here. Embargo, if you don't really care about items, if you don't want your opponent to use items. Gravity could be cool to help a teammate. Hyperspace Hole is the Hoopa Confine move, but let me see. It's Psychic here. Breaks target's protection this turn. That's actually a cool move. I didn't know that Hoopa U actually got access to this. So I learned something here. Magic Room. Don't be shocked if I come up with a Magic Room set. I've always wanted to use a Magic Room a Magic Room team or strategy 1 week. Phantom Force is pretty cool. It's not as useful since this is a dark top. The ghost top version would have been more cool. Sock Up. Let's see. Rain Dance, Sunny Day. If I have any weather shenanigans I want to pull. Let's see. Skill Swap could be really cool, actually, now that I'm looking at that, just for different matchups. Telekinesis could be cool for, like, Focus Blast. So, it's got options. It's really crazy. Like, I didn't even realize it got knockoff till I recorded this, so, but it's insane. Hoopa, though, Hoopa's going to be my captain, right? Hoopa been talking to me. Hoopa was like, I know I'm not first round material, so don't take me in the first round. Don't waste your picks like that. But I've got my eye on this guy. His name, oh my gosh, I just slapped my microphone. That's going to be super loud. I'm so sorry. That was hilarious, but devastating at the same time. So, I'm so sorry if that busted your eardrums. Give me a like if you're still okay. But yeah, anyway, I was trying to sound really cool, but I think I just flubbed it up there. Anyway, he told me Tapu Koko is the man. And Tapu Koko was the star, the absolute star on my most favorite team I ever drafted. And it was I actually got to play with a friend, which is even more cool. Playing with friends is always the best. But Tapu Koko, it kind of lost something. The terrain got nerfed. It only boosts by 1.3%. It does have access to telepathy, but that's a doubles ability. Koko, though, it gives us a really nice speed tier. Can hit on physical and special side, which I always try to keep as a theme of like utility or versatility. It gets defog, which is going to be good for removing hazards for Hoopa. It resists U-turn, which is a really important thing when you build around Hoopa. It gets Calm Mind, so it has setup on the special side. It has Hyper Voice if I want to try to throat spray this thing. Quick Attack for priority. Taunt, Roost, Roar. I just now saw that this thing got Roar. U-turn and Volt Switch, so we have options there. Wild Charge and Thunder Punch there you can see for physical coverage. Holy crap, I've been talking for 10 minutes already. I'm going to try to speed this up. Okay, so, and a really cool bunch of tech moves. I've never really delve down into here. Nature's Madness is really cool. Z Mirror Move was cool, but we don't have that. There's Telekinesis again. I think Sky Attack could be cool if I just wanted to do something like that. Work Up, that's nice. Thunder, if I face a rain team, that'll be nice. Iron Defense and Mean Look, those are cool tech moves that I might throw on there sometime. Let's see, Electro Web. That feels like something I would use, but I don't know if I will yet. But yeah, so Hoopa, after he saw that Tapu Koko got picked, he was like, "All right, you got this in the bag. Get me on the way around." So I was like, "Cool." So we picked up Hoopa in the second round, and next, me and Hoopa decided we needed something to break the steals. Something kind of fast because we want to protect Hoopa's speed tier, and we picked Cobalion. I think that's how you say it. But yeah, Cobalion is going to be our first Stealth Rocker. It's going to be a Steel type, which is going to help us a lot. But the more important type here in my thought process and me and Hoopa's team building was the Fighting type, because steals, we really want to break those steals. Koko and Cobalion kind of mesh well together because Koko is going to take out the bulky waters that Cobalion don't like. Cobalion, it's got really good stats in my head. 72 Spadef is a little lackluster, but I try to make up for it later with one of my more controversial picks. 108 speed's a really nice speed tier. It kind of traps those 110s that a lot of people like to take advantage with on their speed creeping. 129 defense is insane what you can live without even being invested. And then 90 on attack and special attack with setup on both, which makes it really threatening. Like Calm Mind and Swords Dance. It gets Steel Beam now. I just now saw that. I don't know if... I guess that's like a move, not just a... I know it's just a move, but it's not like a DLC move. I guess that's really here. So, gets Rock Polish. Sacred Sword's nice if my opponent tries to Iron Defense on me. I won't be using Home Claws, but Iron Head and Mega Horn and Poison Jab, those three moves right there, those are fairly nice. Focus Blast and Flash Cannon, Close Combat, those are all moves you're likely to see. I didn't even know it got Air Slash. That's cool. I'm learning things with y'all during this video. Block, I'm a really big fan of trapping things in, but I don't know how often that'll come or not. This is only a 5-week regular season, so it's kind of disappointing, but it happens. People have stuff going on, so it's okay. Another Iron Defense user, which is really nice. I wish I had Body Press. Does it get Body Press and I didn't see it? Nah, that would be cool though. Magnet Rise is cool. Let's see. Reversal, that would be cool. I've never put it into use before, but I would try. So, Cobalion, I think I drafted like twice, maybe 3 times. I had it with a Mew one time. That was a really fun team. I love that team. I think that was my first time to get into semifinals, and I lost to like a Zapdos team, and that was when I started wanting to use Zapdos. But I guess it was just because if you can't beat them, join them. I think that was probably why I went with that. So Sandstorm, if I want to change the weather. I think changing the weather will be important because we have unbanned the banned hidden or the unreleased hidden abilities. So like Sand Rush, Dracovish is allowed, and Grassy Surge, Rillaboom, that's it, is allowed. So it's really important to be able to like change the weather into the terrain. So yeah, but after that. We had to wait for a little bit before we could get another pick. I was really thinking, I was like, man, this is crazy because I'm already setting myself back by taking 2 tier 1s. I'm really going to have to dig into these lower tiers early and then find what I want fast. So I knew I would need a good ground top, and my thought process here was for Koko to be... Okay, so my analogy to this, whenever I play FIFA, I never get the man of the match, but I always score the most goals, if that makes sense. I expect Hoopa to be my man of the match, but Koko to score all the kills. So for Coco to steal all the kills or score all the kills, I need the best ways to remove Coco's checks, and I also need to go ahead and just pick some of the best checks to Coco. So I did that. I was like, I mean, I don't want to face it, so I might as well have it. Nidoqueen. I just hit it again. Okay, I hope that doesn't just destroy your ears. I love Nidoqueen. I had it in my first ALPH season, and I watched one of those videos the other day, and that's probably where I got the idea to have Nidoqueen, like subconsciously, but it was also definitely because I didn't want to face it. And I've always I really like the Nidos in general. So I tried to take advantage of it this time. Poison Point, amazing. With this thing's defense, 1987, it doesn't look great, but with a Rocky Helmet and a Poison Point or just a berry to recover, things like that, it makes up for it. It gets T-Spikes and Stealth Rocks. We have 2 hazard setters now, and that's really important to me. Sheer Force is really going to be important. With a Life Orb, Sheer Force is really going to make the difference between 75 special attack actually like performing as a 75 special attack and performing higher. And 92 attack is not good, but it's not terrible. So we're going to try to make the best of it. I really pick Nidoqueen more for the bulk than anything. But I like to try to use the Nidos offensively either way, especially Nidoqueen, because it can live hits and still be offensive. It's crazy how it works like that, but that was my point there. Or that was my goal with that. So, heck, I might try to throw out Rivalry sometime if I'm facing like a Landorus or something. Got some really cool moves here. A lot of these actually are benefited by Sheer Force, like Body Slam, Crunch, Earth Power, Fire Blast, Fire Punch, Flamethrower. All these are benefited by the Sheer Force, and we actually have Bolt Beam coverage in Thunderbolt or Thunder Punch, and then Ice Punch and Ice Beam. I think I scrolled too far. Yeah, Ice Beam or Ice Punch right there. It has Outrage if I want to go crazy. We have Hidden Powers. I thought I saw Pursuit. No, oh, it does have Pursuit. That's cool. So we have Pursuit now. Sucker Punch is on here somewhere. I saw that earlier. There we go. Sucker Punch. Yep. Sucker Punch is crazy. Taunt. I love a good taunter. I'm not the best at utilizing taunt, but maybe I'll get better at it. Toxic Spikes, like I said. Toxic can't miss when you're a poison type, so that's nice. If I ever wanted to go that route. Let's see. Beat Up. I don't think I'll ever use that, but I just know it from VGC, so I thought it was cool. Curse. That'll be a cool thing to run on this. Let's see here. Fling, I guess, if I want to go crazy. Let me get some water as I'm scrolling. We banned Oko moves, so Horn Drill's not useful. Icy Wind is really cool to lower my opponent's speed. I use VGC strats, even though I'm never really good at VGC. I've never really been good at VGC. I've always used it. So Icy Wind and Knock Off and burning off items and things like that. So Incinerate, whatever. Smackdown would be cool. Stomping Tantrum is probably not as good, but I would try it if I needed to. And it gets Whirlpool, which you can't see ironically, but it does get Whirlpool. Just believe me. Which is another trapping move. I didn't know it got that until earlier today, but that's cool. Yeah. So let's see. After that, I was looking down the list, and I knew I wanted webs, because that's really the main thing you want to have on top or right there with Hoopa is webs. And I also like Water Absorb a lot for Dracovish right now, just because it kind of alleviates the pressure of having to dedicate like half your team to walling Dracovish and then still losing to it. So we picked up Araquanid. We thought Araquanid would bring a lot to the table. Can you see this right here? 132 Spadef is crazy. It's kind of the same deal with Cobalion's 129 in defense, but obviously Cobalion has a higher HP stat. We don't have to talk about that. 70 attack is terrible in my mind, but again, like Nidoqueen 75 in special attack, when you have Water Bubble making your water type moves 2 times the power, it really doesn't show. Like, it really doesn't seem like that. So you can be physical or special with that ability, and it still boosts the power. Obviously it has water absorb, like I mentioned. I've seen special sets really come through on Araquanid. You wouldn't think about it, but it really does. It catches you off guard if nothing else, and in the right spot, it can always be useful. Like Hidden Power Fire, that was ran as a standard in OU in Gen 7 to wall Mega Scizor. Magic Coat to bounce back rocks. That was also on that standard OU set. Sticky Web, like I mentioned. Let's see, Toxic. That'll be pretty useful on bulky mons like that, like Nidoqueen, and I think Cobalion gets Toxic too. So things like that is really useful. Aqua Ring is kind of cool. I've used that before. It gives you, I think it gives you the same amount of recovery as leftovers. Let's check. Yeah, it gives you the same amount of recovery as leftovers. So if you want to run a different item, you can, and also get leftovers recovery. So that's kind of cool. Bug Bite gets rid of berries. Mentioned that already. Entrainment. Oh, excuse me. That would be cool on like something that didn't have a water move. If you really just wanted to take its ability away, that would be actually a really cool tech. Now that I'm looking at it, I think I'm definitely gonna have to release this video after week 1 just in case. Dove. Hopefully, I've beat you by the point this video this video is released, but if I haven't, it's okay. Oh gosh. Let's see here. Dang, this video's getting long. I'm so sorry. Icy Wind again. Infestation to lock in. Mirror Coat. That's a really cool move. Spider Web to trap in. Stockpile. I saw a really cool stockpile set one time. Almost win, but didn't take advantage of it. Okay, I'm really going to speed along here. Next, this is where I'm going to divvy from the order I picked them. Whimsicott. Whimsicott was a really cool pick. It fills in a speed gap from Coco at 130. Yep, 130. And then 116 and then 108. So it kind of fills in that speed gap and protects things from being able to speed creep down to Cobalion, which makes the difference between running an Adamant and a Jolly Nature. Like, if my Coco was facing a Whimsicott, I couldn't completely speed creep a Whimsicott without running a Timid Nature, but I know some people will do it anyway, but like I don't, so whatever. Anyway, if you didn't know that about me by now, I mean, you probably should have, just by the way I build and stuff. But anyway, Prankster, Tailwind, end of story. That's really good. It gets Defog. I'm just gonna leave that there because that's how important it is. That's gonna help Hoopa a ton. It gives me options because I got Trick Room here, Sticky Web here, Tailwind here, and then I've got Thunder Wave here and here, and it just like Icy Wind and things like that on a lot of mine. So it really does make a difference. Let's see here. A lot of times you'll see Whimsicott with like a sub Leech Seed, or Endeavor would be cool. Encore a lot. Knockoff. I'm a really big fan of Knockoff on my team. Memento would be cool. Nature Power could take advantage of terrains and stuff. Like if I'm facing Rillaboom and it switches out, but grassy terrain's still up, boom, your grass type's dead, and I have priority. So don't try to scarf past me. Stun Spore's nice. Switcheroo's nice. You see Tailwind and Beat Up a lot in VGC. Cotton Spore would be cool. I just now noticed that. Glad I saw that. If I want to change terrain for some reason to grassy terrain, I can with priority. I've been sitting here a long time. Holy crap. Okay. I'm really gonna have to speed through this. Trick Room again. I forgot about that. Okay, so that's Whimsicott. I really have I've loved every one of these mons and used them before. So like I was saying earlier, Like, this is really just a team of favorites. I only have one Gen 8 mine. So there's that. Oh shoot, I'm sorry. So next. After that, that kind of wrapped up my core members of like ways to help Hoopa. So after that, it was about hazards. There was three things. It was hazards, wish support, and don't lose the socket tops. So that was my main game plan. And then the last mine is a surprise. So next up, well, I guess the last 2 months. Next up, Colossal. Or Colossal. I don't know how you say it. Colossal. That sounds right. So, Colossal. Really good abilities. Like, Steam Engine is not underrated because VGC players use it all the time. Flame Body's really good paired with 110 HP and 120 defense. Like, that's crazy. It'd be like if Heat Strand, a hidden ability, finally got released. But then it's got Flash Fire as immunity to fire, which was really important. My team was looking a little fire weak, especially with my water type being weak or neutral to fire. So this thing is body press, earth power, and earthquake. The attacks are 80 and 80 respectively, which as I'm looking at it, my team doesn't look as offensive as I would have liked. But we'll deal with that as we play. Flame Charge. Go watch my IPL match 3. Just throwing that out there. Flare Blitz, Gyro Ball, Heavy Slam is really cool, and Iron Head. Heat Crash is on here somewhere, or it should be, and that move is power. Expect me to run that. Rock Polish is no good, but Stealth Rock, Spikes, and Rapid Spin, those 3 will be very common on my Colossal sets. Will-O-Wisp is nice. There's Block again. Burn Up will be cool. Fire Spin's another trapping move. There's Heat Crash. Iron Defense for body press shenanigans. Smackdown. Tar Shot is down here below the screen that you can't see, but it's actually a really cool move, and I might try to see if I can make that work one week. Next we have Licky Licky. This is for Stealth Rocks. I've never used these 2 mons before. The ones that I've just named, Colossal and Licky Licky. This thing is Thicky Licky. Thicky Licky. There we go. Probably... If this video gets 12 comments, those people that comment get their names put on this, on the Pokemon, just in order, as I said them. Except for Thicky Licky, and then the mon that I'm building around being Hoopa. So I guess it's 10. If we get 10 comments, I'll probably upload a video the next day just to have you more content out and as a reward for supporting me. But that's your other reward. The comments get their name on a Pokemon. So just comment if nothing else, just post one of the names of the Pokemon and I'll name it after you. I really don't care. This thing is very bulky. 110 HP and 95 defenses in both. It really does take some hits, and normal types get crazy coverage on top of that, so you can just take a move on there for whatever mon you want to wall, and then you're good to go. Like, if I'm facing a Zygarde, I don't know if I face a Zygarde or not. Like, boom, Fizz Def and Ice Beam, and you're done, man. You're done. It gets Knockoff. I love Knockoff. I guess that tongue licks all over you till you lose your item. Power Whip. That's a really cool move. Heal Bell's really nice. Main reason it's here is Wish. It gets Swords Dance and Belly Drum. I saw that earlier too. Belly Drum, Licky Licky. I wish I could make that work, but with 5 weeks, I don't think I will. Counter is nice. Let's see here. Anything else? Icy Wind is cool. Me First. That would be a cool move to try to use. Sock Up would be nice. If I'm like facing a cool Zygarde. I really don't think I face a Zygarde, but I have twice in IPL. Go watch IPL. Smelling Salts is is cool, and I read the cures it right there. That would be nice if I felt sorry for somebody that hacks, but I probably won't. Work up, it gets work up. Let's see. There's wrap. That's another. Gosh dang it, Licky so memeable. Wrap is another trapping move, so that's cool. Let's see. What have I not covered yet? Let's see. Okay, here we go. Drift Blim. I thought Amir said it pretty nice when he said budget Halucha, because that's very accurate to what I picked it for. But look at this. It has 150 HP. That's insane. This bulk is terrible, though. I will not lie. I did not look at the stats, and I just typed the Drift Blim in and sent it off to be my draft pick. So it'll probably come occasionally just to prove that it's there, I guess. It gets Defog, Strengths Out, Calm Mind. It gets Bolt Beam coverage technically with Icy Wind, and no, it doesn't get Icy Wind. Icy Wind and Thunderbolt. It gets Self Destruct. Cool. It gets Acrobatics, which is nice to pair with the terrain. Now it gets Baton Pass. We can Baton Pass up to 2 stats. So if I don't have the seed for some reason and I Calm Mind up, I can Baton Pass it into something. So that'd be cool. Memento. I saw Memento somewhere. Yeah, Knockoff. I love that move. So I'm really close to too long. So I'm really gonna hurry this up. Togedemaru. Okay, this mon caused a lot of heat. I got a lot of heat for it. So if you notice, my Psychic Resist. Let's look at this. There's all my teams, but they're nothing important to hide. Where's my Psychic Resist besides Hoopa? Okay, thank you. So I don't want Hoopa to be my only Psychic Resist because Hoopa's supposed to be the offensive star. So you don't want to have to run your offensive star or your focal point of the team as your Psychic Resist every week. Thus, Togedemaru is born. Also, it's one of my favorites. I love this thing. I don't know why. It just seems like a mon that I would have sitting next to me if it was real, and it would just be like my bro, if that makes sense. It's also an electric immune without being weak to water, which would have been a problem if I got Steelix. I know some of you mentioned Steelix. Not hating, but that's just why I did it. I do wish I did have the rocks of Steelix though, or if they freaking gave Togedemaru spikes. It literally has spikes on its back. Give it spikes. I'm so bitter. But it gets Encore, which is cool. Nuzzle is really cool. Spiky Shield. U-turn for pivoting and Volt Switch. It has a Wish if I need it, but I have Thicky Licky for that. Let's see here. Electro Well would be cool. Fell Stinger's nice. I've actually won a game with a Fell Stinger before. Hopefully, if I can find that would be cool. I just want to see it. Magnet Rise is nice. Let's see. Roleplay would be cool if I needed it for something. Like if I face a Beast Booster, like Nihilego or something. I don't think Nihilego gets Earth Power still. If it does, I'll just Magnet Rise on you and then steal your Beast Boost and win the game. That would be really cool. If that works out somehow, that's going to be like plastered on the front of my channel page just because that sounds cool. Okay, last 2 members. Some of my favorite mons of all time. That's not it. Mega Glalie. This thing got a buff, in my opinion, because Inner Focus blocks Intimidate. So you can no longer go into your random Intimidator named Arcanine and expect to win versus Glalie, because you'll come in, try to intimidate me and it won't work. I'll Mega up and I'll Earthquake you twice and you die. It's just like, look at this. Base 100 speed, like, not the best, but it's nothing to scoff at. Base 120 in attack and special attack. So that may not look like the best compared to Hoopa or anything, but when you think about it, a lot of times you need special and physical coverage on Glalie, so, and you're not going to ever use any of your defenses, so it's pretty easy to just run like a mix set like every week. Freeze Dry, Hidden Power, return, and earthquake. Like, you don't need any other moves. It gets spikes, so ice shard. So that's really all I have to say about Glalie. I love it, and I'll try to bring it every week that I can, but it probably won't work. Salamence. This was the glue. So I know you probably noticed I didn't have a dragon. I like to have a fairy, dragon, and a steel. I have 2 steels. And I also have a fire, water, grass core. Some people didn't like my fire, water, grass core, but shut up. No, I'm just kidding. I agree. Whimsigott's not the best grass type. If you've lasted this long, I really doubt you will. But grass is just, I really don't like Whimsicott as a grass type. But I really wanted it more for the speed tier. I could have got a better grass type, I will admit. But I got it for the speed tier and for defog. That's really the main things. And it got the Prankster Tailwind, which I didn't even think about, but one of my friends pointed out. Salamence. So this is the mon I was really thinking about when I said it got worse without Z moves. Because it could run a physical or a special Z move, and it really just put in work. It was crazy. Dragon Dance. Really nice still. It gets water coverage, fire coverage, hidden power grass. It's really... shoot. I'm running low. It gets refresh, which is cool. Roost, it can be bulky with Intimidate, or that Dragon Dance set with Moxie could be really nice. It has 135 attack, even in its base form, which is crazy, and 110 special attack. So it's kind of the same thing as Glalie right here. It can be mixed at any given moment, but with Intimidate, Salamence can be used defensively. Okay, so if you lasted this long watching the video, I do appreciate it. Please leave a like. I forgot to mention this in the beginning, and I wish I did. Shoot. But if we could get 5 likes, that would really just like mean a lot to me. You don't understand. Because it's just nice to get those little notifications like, hey, you got a like. Because, I mean, it just means somebody likes what I'm doing. So, if you do like it, give it a like. Obviously, this video is way too long, so that's it. I'll try to the battles will replace the ASPL videos on Sundays, so, and the IPL should be coming out just every few days. So yeah, I think that's it. Peace.